looking at his phone as he's driving at night, no helmet on. Alright, let's get away from him. So what is up, everyone? Is Ryan living in Cambodia, making videos so you can see what it's like to live in the Kingdom of Wonder. And it is late at night. Can I turn around here? I can't turn around here. I made a wrong turn. I gotta make a dangerous turn. I don't like driving at night, mainly because there's a lot of idiots on the road at night, especially on a long weekend like it is today. It was a holiday today, so there's a lot of people out drinking, making stupid decisions, driving home drunk. But I come out to bring you awesome content. Today we're talking haunted places in Cambodia. The potentially most haunted places. I'm gonna go to a couple spots around Phnom Penh. I'm on my way to one right now. I got about almost like a 30-minute drive ahead of me. And I gotta make sure I do this right. I wanna go bridge, which is up, right? Shit, is it? No, bridge is not up. God damn it! Frickin' filming, driving, navigating. And it's past my bedtime. I just need to get there, which I'm gonna do right here, which is not allowed, but that guy just did it. This guy's doing it. We're all gonna do it. It's late. Go, go, go. Hurry before they see you. Back on track, and where I actually wanted to start this video, driving across this bridge as we head out of the kind of downtown of Phnom Penh. Oh, it is dusty up here. This is not good for the old camera. Why is it so dusty? Ooh, I can taste it. Okay, as I was saying, we are checking out haunted places here in Phnom Penh. I got a ghost story for you, a haunted place that they made a movie about here, and I'm gonna go to what most people believe is the most haunted place in all of Cambodia. We're gonna do that last, just in case I poop my pants. I'm driving through red lights now. See, this is why I don't drive at night. I downloaded an app we're gonna play around with at the haunted sites. Oh, see, this is a red light here too. Now I'm slamming on brakes and people are gonna fly right by me. See what I mean? It's like better to drive through a red light. A couple of things we're looking out for tonight as it gets later and things quiet down and the spirits come out. There's something called an app. And what it is a spirit that they believe here in Cambodia and in Southeast Asia. Almost everywhere in Southeast Asia has a version of this spirit. It's a woman's head that is floating and kind of glowing, and from the head is entrails, heart, stomach, basically the guts and organs. And people have reported seeing these things in the woods. There's spirits that sometimes come from like a scorned woman, or often a mother, sometimes a beautiful woman. They've made movies about this in Cambodia and in Indonesia, other places. There's one movie, it's called something like My Mother's and Is an App. something like that. And it was actually the first movie that was made in Cambodia after the Khmer Rouge, after they lost power. And the film industry kind of came back up. I guess I'll go. I don't know, man. This is sketchy as hell. And the Khmer believe that, hold on, let me just say this. When I say the Khmer believe, I mean some Khmer people believe. This is folklore, kind of stories that have been passed down. Obviously, not everybody believes in ghosts here, but they have quite a past. A lot of death and tragedy. Obviously, they're Buddhists here, and they believe in reincarnation. If the person dies and they don't make it to their next life. Sometimes people get stuck and they become ghosts. There's another dog. It's believed that dogs are actually the only animals that can see ghosts. If a dog howls at night, some people say that it's because it's seeing a ghost. So we're looking out for floating heads, we're listening for howling dogs. I think it's getting darker, which means we are leaving the city, where things quiet down a little bit. And that's when the ghosts come out. The ghosts like it at night. Okay, we gotta be getting close to this. So this is highway number 1. This is the number 1 highway in Cambodia. It goes to the Vietnamese border. It's a very frequently trafficked road. As you can see, even late at night here, cars flying by here constantly. This is it. Pretty sure. Nope. Not quite. This is not the pagoda we are looking for. Sure feels creepy enough. Gotta go a little further. See these structures, this little houses on poles behind me here. This place actually makes them and sells them. These are spirit houses. So the idea is you put it in front of your house and then you kind of appease the spirits by putting food behind or drinks behind. Supposedly good spirits will live there, they'll stay there, and they'll keep the bad spirits away. So there's a lot of people who have these in front of their houses here in Cambodia. I believe our building has one. You see them everywhere. And I think it's almost like the last thing you do when you open up a new building is you put the spirit house in, and it's just like blesses the house. You're going to want a spirit house, especially along this stretch of road here. We're very close to one of the most haunted spots in Cambodia. What is this dog doing? Hanging out in a puddle. Okay guys, I think we have arrived. Look at that. Champa Pagoda. What's that? Champa Pagoda. Champa Pagoda. Champa Pagoda. Yeah, this is Champa Pagoda, and as creepy as pagodas sometimes are, the pagoda itself is not the attraction here. The attraction is actually the road behind me, this highway here. This stretch of highway number 1 here, close to Champa Pagoda, is known as a hotspot for ghosts, and good reason for that is because a lot of people were killed here. A lot of people have lost their lives in traffic accidents. And I guess the spirits of the people who have died along here, not all of them have rested. What is that? So literally hundreds of people have died along this stretch of road here. There's been multiple stories of sightings of ghosts, weird happenings along here. One of them that sticks out is a story that a government official told, and he said that he was driving along here, coming home after working, it was late, and then all of a sudden a motorbike out of nowhere, he had to veer off the road to stop himself from hitting it. And he kind of crashed his bike at the side of the road, and he got up and looked at this bike that had driven him off the road. He said it just disappeared in thin air. A ghost bike. So this app measures a number of things, electromagnetic fields, and you can use it to communicate to the dead. It'll beep as we get closer to spirits, and then it can actually pick up words that are being said. saying that the spirits said reserve as I was stepping closer to the road. That's creepy. I mean, I don't know how they speak English, but that is super creepy because like reserve is in like don't do it. Don't go close to the road. Be careful. The road is dangerous. Alternative. Getting a lot of traffic, a lot of noise. It's like I went up to the motorbike to get back on it, and it said alternative. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. So while we're driving, how about I tell you guys a little tale, story that happened in Kampong, Chhnang, and it inspired a movie that was made here in Cambodia.
A long time ago, no one can quite remember the exact year, a couple lived in a small wooden house in Kampong, Chhnang. One night, as the stillness of the night settled, the couple drifted off to sleep and they both fell into a very intense dream. There was a spirit. He offered them what amounts to around 150 grams of gold for their house. It was a great deal, and it was just a dream, so they agreed to it. The next morning, as they prepared to take on the day, the husband found the exact amount of gold that the ghost had offered. It was sitting neatly on the steps of their house. The couple quickly headed to the market and cashed their findings, but they didn't move out of their home. They broke their deal with the ghost. You can't scam a ghost. Soon after, they woke up one morning to find themselves in a nearby field, surrounded by their belongings, unsure of how they could have possibly been transported there without waking up. It scared them enough to never return to the house. In fact, no one has lived in the house since then. Despite it being empty for years, it never collected that layer of dust that an unlived-in house would collect. It was almost as if it was being lived in. In 2004, a group of Cambodian filmmakers decided to make a film about the house and its story. The film is called Haunted House, and they actually shot it in the house, staying up late and shooting it throughout the night. During one of these shoots, one of the actresses said she went to the restroom and came across a woman that she had never seen before. Later, when she asked about the person, no one could say who she was, and the person seemed to have vanished into thin air. Perhaps just some intelligent marketing for the film, or maybe it was the ghost that bought the house so many years ago. People still to this day visit the house to pay their respects to the spirit world, but the message is clear. This house now belongs to the dead.
Dogs are barking around the spirit houses. Pretty quiet now in the streets of Phnom Penh as we enter this neighborhood. Toul Sleng Museum of Genocidal Crime. It's just up here. This is the front entrance. Drive around Toul Sleng. So just beyond the walls behind me here
is the former Toul Sleng High School, which turned into Security Prison 21, S21 they called it. That was from 1975 to 1979. I think a lot of people know this story, but basically the Khmer Rouge took over, they drove the people out of the cities, and they turned this high school into a place where they tortured people, killed people, did all kinds of terrible, terrible things. It was a torture and execution center. They say 17,000 people died here. And of course, you gotta think all these horrible, torturous deaths is gonna lead to some ghost activity. There's a website called Listverse. They named Toul Sleng the second most terrifying place in all of the world. Museum staff has reported hearing high-pitched screams. They've heard smashing, like things being smashed into the ground. When they take lunch breaks, they tend to leave food out for the ghosts, because if they don't, they'll make a lot of noise, they'll scare them. Neighbors that live along these streets and these houses here, they claim to hear all kinds of screams and rattling of shackles, loud noises coming from this place at night. One security guard that worked here, he said, there was one night that I woke up to go to the bathroom when I saw a black figure bending towards me, and that made my hair stand on end. I was very frightened. I climbed back into my bed and waited until the morning to tell my colleagues. Another guard repeated seeing somebody in the toilet at night, turning the shower on and off, all kinds of stories. I know somebody who lived not far from here, and he said he could hear weird screams one night. Let's go up. It's weird. The camera just shut down for no reason. At the time when the ghost hunting app picked up the word van, I didn't really think it was much. What does a van have to do with this? But watching it back, I realized that van is actually a fairly common name in Cambodia. Sure enough, when I checked the list of Toul Sleng victims, there were several named Van. Perhaps this was one of them, communicating from the dead, trying to tell me who they are. I don't know. But it's kind of creepy, especially considering my camera weirdly shut off for no reason right before I got this reading. Chant is definitely not a Khmer name, however the name Chan does appear on the list many times, including Chantai and Chantol, and a few other names that could have possibly been mistook by the app as the English word chant.
Wait. It's just about to leave. Wait for what? Cure? Wait for a cure? What does that mean? There's no cure. Alright guys, haunted Cambodia, a little creepy. I'm not actually one that believes in ghosts, but I do think that there are some lessons to be learned. It's interesting that the highway where there's a lot of accidents, they're telling people there's ghosts there. There's also rumors about water ghosts. Don't go swimming in those bodies of water because the water ghosts will pull you under and drown you. Actually, there was another one. Don't go playing with knives because a ghost might push your hand and you might accidentally stab somebody. You got to think that these things are a warning to people. things to tell your children to scare them to behave. I'll leave you guys with one kind of funny warning. They say that you shouldn't lie about your farts, because if you lie about your farts, then it's like accusing the ghost of doing it, and the ghost might not like that and might get some kind of revenge on you. Yeah, so don't blame your farts on ghosts. Take care, comb your hair. Happy Halloween. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Don't match up, no love, we can fake. I just fade. When I hit the jack, you can keep the pie. Every night I gamble, I stop. Yeah, when I check the cost, I was like, oh, that's expensive.